What's up, guys? Chris here, back again with another market video for you guys today. I want to be talking about the market, what we saw today on Thursday, and obviously it was a very good day if you guys invested in Thursday flips. We're going to be talking about Friday's market movements as well, what to expect. Obviously, we're really in the dark right now as to what may come out on Friday because EA is not very transparent with this stuff, so we're just going to have to wait and see. We'll talk about a few things regarding that. We're going to talk about FUT birthday cards, Team of the Week investments, and stuff like that. So before we get into the video, if you guys can just drop a like on it and subscribe if you're new around here, that'd be absolutely fantastic. So let's talk about first off the Team of the Week cards and what to expect maybe on the Friday today. Obviously, we don't really know what EA is going to do now. EA, obviously, if we look at the timeline here, Team of the Season is going to be late April. So we got about 2 to 3 weeks time before we really get some Team of the Season content. We're going to prepare you guys for that loading screen because I remember last year on that loading screen, we saw the biggest market crash I've ever seen in a less than 12 to 18 hour stretch. We'll talk about that obviously as the weeks go on here, going into TOTS. But we don't have that much more time until Team of the Season. So what is EA going to do to supply us with content over the next 2 weeks to be able to keep their game alive going into Team of the Season? And that's the big question. Now, obviously today is supposedly the first day without a promo, because if you look at the screen here, these FUT birthdays are going out of packs on April 9th in 13 hours and 16 minutes. So we have less than 13 hours, or we have about 13 hours left with these cards in packs. Now, let me just show you what they did last year around this time. Now, FUT Birthday Team 2 was released on April 3rd last year, and they were supposed to be going out of packs April 10th. Now, what they said on April 10th, though, was both FUT birthday teams are available in packs for a limited time. They caught everybody by surprise, and they put those cards back into packs. I don't know if that's possible, if they were going to do that this year. Obviously, basing off from what I follow Tommy for, he said, you really could have just said this was your plan from the start. That means that came as a surprise to us. I didn't remember if they were advertising FUT birthday to go out of packs on that 10th or anything like that, but that is definitely a possibility in terms of they can put FUT birthday cards back into packs. It would do a couple things to the market. It would make people panic sell their FUT birthdays, making them lose coins on them. It would allow them to run maybe lightning rounds again because they would want to make more money. It would also hurt people in terms of investing in these FUT birthday cards. If, say, for example, people invested in Gunter, he would obviously drop in price, obviously with all the supply he would get. And it would be a way for EA to maybe run a few upgrade SBCs and continue to just rinse people's clubs, because what they want to do is just take as many coins off the market going into Team of the Season, because as you guys know, the less coins that people had before Team of the Season or before any big promo, they can then go buy FIFA points to then get their coins back up. So I think it's a possibility. I'm not going to say it's like a 90%, a 50%. I just want to put that thought in your guys' head because listen, they did that last year, and like I said, we never expected it to happen, and they did it. So we don't know what's content is going to be coming out. Now, obviously, there's been so much speculation over an Icon SBC. That could be something they dropped today on the Friday as well. Fodder's just been getting destroyed recently. Now, I put, into my Discord a little bit earlier today that, fodder for 89 cards are looking pretty low, and I bought a bunch of 89s at like 55, 56K. I've sold like a few of them to lazy buyers, but if you go and take a look here, I still have a bunch of them. Look at this, Courtois at 55.5. Those Koulibalis I bought a few weeks ago. Casemiro at 55.5. So you're seeing what I'm doing here, and the reason why I'm buying these cards is because, again, they got really low today. They're back up to about 60 now, and they got low because people saw no Icon SBC, and there was supply through marquee matchups. And better yet, there was supply through the new league SBCs that they put in that people can then go and do because they wanted to go pack FUT birthdays. There was a lot of supply in the market today, and we'll talk about FUT birthday cards in a second here. But that's something, those are two things that EA could bring out today on the Friday. Could they go bring the FUT birthday cards back into packs? Obviously, what SBCs would they come out with? Obviously, they're done with all of these, FUT birthday themed SBCs. What could they really do, alongside, a FUT birthday Team 1 and Team 2 going back into packs? Like I said, it would make people lose coins. that would run along the theme that they want, which is to make people lose coins in this game. So we'll see what happens. I don't know if it's possible. Like I said, maybe I'm missing something here where, because even last year, I believe around this time, they had the same screen. Like, these guys are going out of packs today at 6 p.m. And all of a sudden, oh wait, we're going to actually put these guys back into packs for you guys for a limited time. And that caused a bunch of panic selling, obviously, on FUT Birthday 2 cards. So, and FUT Birthday 1s for that matter as well. Now, I just want to put that thought in your guys' head. I don't want you guys to panic sell. It's obviously going to be a wait and see factor. I would not panic sell, okay? I would not do that. If I had a FUT Birthday tradable, I'm not selling it. Because if I sell it, and let's say, for example, they don't come out with this, and there's no big content today, I think FUT Birthday cards is a good opportunity. These guys go really, really high today. And people go and buy them for their weekend league teams because the lack of supply, right? For example, a guy like Gunter, right? He would be somebody that, for me, I've kind of, you know, compared to Sambia in a sense for this team too. This guy gets a nice link to Royce. Obviously, a lot of people completed Royce. A lot of people completed a lot of the German SBCs. This guy gets a nice link to a lot of those cards. This is the type of card for me that is up a little bit from where he was at his lowest point at 99. This could be something that goes up even further today. And remember, Team 2s normally have less supply than Team 1s. So that's something you guys definitely have to keep an eye out for because Team 2 cards got a lot of supply today. If you look at a lot of the prices that we saw, right, this Sterling went down to like 1.2s. He's now back to 1.37. This guy went to 8.90. He's back to 9.20. This guy went to 6.75. He's now back to 7.20. We saw this guy as low as 720. He's back to 740. So these guys, if we don't really get much content here on the Friday, expect them to go even higher up in price tonight on the Friday because of the lack of content. People are going to be buying for their teams. And also sometimes on Fridays, what people do is they wait for the content drop and they just want to see, like, if there's anything like insane that comes out, all right, I'll spend my coins on that instead of going to buy a team. Some people actually wait to buy their things for teams until that Friday 6 p.m. because they want to see obviously what comes out. So I would expect these guys to probably inch up a little bit today as they're going out of packs. That's as long as we don't get anything significant, of course. Something they obviously can go out and do, like I said, is it's a prime SBC. Like, it would be one of these type of SBCs. It would be like a prime icon repeatable. It would be a moments pack one time. It would be an icon mid or moments player pick, or they can do the same mid or prime player pick. People love player picks, and I think that would be something that would obviously shift the market downwards. But what type of market would go up a lot would be obviously the fodder market. And obviously I just showed you guys a little bit of the fodder market. Let me go and take you guys through some of these cheapest players by rating. And we're going to talk about some informed investments you guys can make as well. So right now we've got 83s are 3K, wouldn't touch them. Okay, those are guys that I wouldn't touch. 84s are quite low. We haven't really seen them go to their peaks that we saw a few weeks back. 85s are at decent prices. I think you guys can buy them at 14, 15. 86s are like 26. Like I said, 24, 25 is a buy. For those 87s at 34 are a buy. 88s and 89s were the ones that got hit a little bit harder today. Every rewards, you can make coins on these every time a reward. So what you do is, if you look right here on the Wednesday night, this Dybala was 52k. It went down to 46 because of UEFA marquee matchups. It then rebounds back to 48. He probably drops a little bit here during rewards, but after rewards, he starts to rise up again back to 51. He dropped a ton to 44, and now he's back up to about 48,000 coins. So these fodder cards, if you can kind of learn the trends, are really good to buy every time there's some sort of supply because they always go back up. There's always some sort of SBC that people are looking to do. And obviously these 88 cards don't have as much demand right now because we don't have an icon SBC. And this is the longest time we've gone without having an icon SBC. Now, there was a situation last year where EA, I remember specifically, put a mid icon pack in the code on purpose, maybe purpose or not, who knows. And what happened was they decided to just wait the longest amount of time before actually releasing that SBC. And so many people had stocked up on fodder, they waited the longest possible time that they could before then releasing that SBC and making obviously fodder go up in that sense. And that's maybe what they're doing now, is they're waiting for all of these guys. They have analytics, right? They see what the fodder market's doing every single day. They are waiting for a time where they are comfortable with enough people that have sold their fodder. And I know a lot of you guys that do have fodder, they're waiting for those guys to sell, and then they're going to release an SBC. Now, whether or not that is the case now, they can start putting that out now. Who knows? But fodder is quite low, right? I mean, 85s at 15K, we haven't seen that in months. We haven't seen 87s at like 33, 34 at some points here. We haven't seen 89s this low in a bit as well. Like I said, I bought them at 55K, and I told a few people I was gonna see a rebound on them tonight. And again, they did rebound back to 60. But imagine if there was like a bigger SBC out that they were usable for, I could probably make that much more money on those SBC fodder cards. Now, I also want to talk about these informs for you guys. It also relates a little bit towards an icon SBC or whatever, because like I said, I think that's one of the biggest questions in the community right now, is whether or not when, like, the question I get asked the most this past week on Twitch was, do you think that we're going to be getting an icon SBC this weekend? That is the number one question I got asked. That's better than asking, you know, what do I do with 100K, etc. So a lot of people have an icon SBC on their mind. They want to know when they can go and complete it, or they want to know when they have their fodder obviously rising. So when it comes to this team of the week, though, there's a few options here where these guys are actually decently priced based on where they are compared to the other players in the market. So for example, if you go and take a look at the cheapest players by rating, we're going to go back and we're going to go and look at inform, apply filters, and then we're just going to go through a lot of these cards, right? So like, for example, if you look at 84 rated, 84s hit peaks of like 45 plus K a few weeks back. This Pavard card, if you see him anywhere around 25-ish, I know he's up a little bit today. He was just down at like 27 not too long ago. If you guys can find this card like around that 25, 26 range, he's a French right back. He gets a lot of links. He'd be useful for an SBC at some point in the future. That would be something that I would definitely club stock. If you're looking at him on Xbox, you're probably looking around the same price as well. If we go look at 85s, Acuna and Ings are both players that if you find anywhere in the 30K and under range, that's a buy for me as well. These guys are top 5 nationalities. They are top 5 leagues. They get links to other players. This is something that you can club stock. And yes, can you wait a little bit? Sure, but obviously every single day that you wait, you run the risk of them dropping an SBC that would make these guys go inflated, and you would miss out on your opportunity to invest. And I think at some of these prices that we're seeing right now, for example, this Acuna card just got at 31K, now it's back to 33. I would be snapping at 30 and under. And if they did come out with an SBC, maybe he goes to 37 plus, and that's really good profit there. Any of these guys on the bench, I'm really, really happy with you guys just club stocking them. Matheus Pereira, he's in the Premier League, of course. 11K for him, Brazilian left mid. We always talk to you guys about the left mids, right backs, left backs, right backs, and center backs. Those are cards that have a little bit less supply than some other positions for whatever reason. That's a card that I would look at. I'd be looking at a guy like Ortega, Daka, Dolberg. I'd be looking at Reach as well. If you guys can find cheaper prices for Dolberg and Reach, I like that as well. The three on the right side here, Daka, Pereira, and Ortega, club stock them. Those are absolute no-risk investments. And the goalkeeper Matheus as well here is a really nice one as well. He's Brazilian. He gets links. He's an 82 in form as well. And let me just see real quick here with the party bag we got today. Did we indeed see a rise in this card? We did. We saw him go to about 15,000 coins. He then dropped off again a little bit. Anywhere in the 12K for me sounds pretty good. You make a couple thousand coins a card here. And yeah, that would be pretty much what I'm going for when it comes to these Team of the Week cards. Now, these 88 informs are quite low, actually. If you go take a look at some of these 88 cards, Aspas and Fabinho are the cheapest by about 7K a pop. And if you look at the 86 market, Kostic is the cheapest one by 8K. Again, if we were to get some sort of big SBC today or sometime this weekend, this is one of those guys that would inch up in price. We saw that a few weeks ago when I recommended you guys Luis Alberto. He was like 50K in that Team of the Week on Thursday, but then Thursday afternoon or night, he went to like 75K plus. So that's something that you guys could see if we do get like a big SBC at some point in the next couple days. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. There'll be another one coming in the morning time. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys in a video soon. Peace out.